So I was just watching this Meghan Markle's whatever mocks Duchess and grotesque YouTube video, ultimate betrayal. I heard the story yesterday and I said, you know what, I'm not going to give it bandwidth because it just makes it grow, which is what he wants. He wants more views on his video. The more views he gets on the video, the more money he makes from YouTube. That's sort of how it works, and it's a lot. So I didn't want to talk about it. I'm really loath to talk about it, but I was just fed this woman Lisa Cabrera's YouTube channel. Never heard of her. She was fed to me, and I saw this, and then I just saw this ridiculous image, and but she sounds like she's a very serious person. She has 156,000 subscribers, so she's probably been doing this a while, and she sounds very serious. And I just thought, so I listened to most of it. And then I stopped and I was like, okay, whew, maybe just say a word or two about it. So here's what I want to say about it. I think Meghan needs to sue. She sues, but she doesn't seem to want to sue her family. She doesn't want to get involved. But it's gotten to a point now where I don't think these people are her family. They are related to her by DNA, but they're not her family, number one. And number two, they show no signs of stopping. He apparently said that he's going to be riding Meghan's coattails. Now, in Oregon, this guy lives in Oregon, and there's a new law that went into effect 2 years ago called the ORS 166.065 harassment law. And it seems to be what this guy comes under this law. This guy comes under this law. And Meghan doesn't have to do the dirty work herself. She just gets an Oregon attorney to, just like Samantha brought her lawsuit, Meghan brings a lawsuit, and she doesn't have to even go to Oregon, and bring him before the courts, let him respond, give him his due, give him his chance to explain his behavior, and then let the law do what it's supposed to do. It is a crime. It is not just a civil wrong. It is a crime in the state of Oregon to harass a person, okay? And a person commits the crime of harassment if the person intentionally harasses or annoys another person by A, subjecting them to offensive physical contact, that's not this guy, or B, publicly insulting such other person by abusive words or gestures in a manner intended and likely to provoke a violent response. Now, he may say, well, this was not intended to provoke her violent response. I think what you're saying about this woman and her children are enough to provoke a violent response in a reasonable and rational person. Harassment in Oregon includes behaviors such as verbal abuse, inappropriate jokes, posting comments about you on social media, bullying, or even making faces at you. This man needs to be stopped, and the way you do it is through the law, Meghan. I'm getting fed up with this. I don't want to talk about these people anymore. They're draining. Meghan needs to bring a stop to it once and for all through the courts. Okay? Now, you also commit harassment by you subject another to alarm by conveying a false report known by the conveyor to be false, including concerning death or serious physical injury to a person, which report reasonably would be expected to cause alarm. Okay, that's not him. It's a false report, but it doesn't concern death or serious physical injury. Or subjects another to alarm by conveying a telephonic, electronic, or written threat to inflict serious physical injury on that person or commit a felony involving the person or property. Okay, so that's not him. He's up here. He's in B. Publicly insulting such other person by abusive words or gestures in a manner intended or likely to provoke a violent response. This is the law in Oregon, right? It went into effect 2 years ago. Now, it continues on here. Let's see what else he says. It says here, harassment is a Class B misdemeanor, okay? And it says here, subsection of this section by subjecting another person to offensive physical contact. And the offensive physical contact, that's not him, okay? It says here, I don't think that section pertains to Meghan, because after 3, it says here, number 3, harassment is a Class B misdemeanor, period. This is a misdemeanor, Class B misdemeanor in the state of Oregon. And then 4 says, notwithstanding subsection 3, harassment is a Class A misdemeanor if the person violates this. This part does not pertain to Meghan because it's offensive physical contact, which is not the case here. He did not touch her. So it's really, we're in 3, the Class B misdemeanor, and it's a Class B misdemeanor pursuant to 1B of the statute, where he's publicly insulting another person, that is Meghan, by abusive words or gestures in a manner intended and likely to provoke a violent response. And it goes on to say again, harassment in Oregon includes behaviors such as verbal abuse, inappropriate jokes, posting comments about you on social media, bullying, or even making faces at you. And I have not personally listened to this man's video. I don't need to. I hear that the rest of the, even members of the British media who have bullied Meghan for 7 years are saying that this video is obscene, it's outrageous, it's vicious, it's vile, it's jaw-dropping. I mean, these are words I'm hearing used to describe this video. And it seems to me that when you start to spread vicious rumors, you are a family member. And notice that even though subsection 4 refers to physical contact and the victim of the offense is a family or household member of the person, it is clear that the people who drafted this law in Oregon understand that attacks by family members are particularly concerning. And in this instance, because this man is Meghan's half-brother, him harassing her and spreading lies about her on the internet are particularly concerning, because people will tend to believe that. People would tend to wonder, even people who are fans of Meghan, most will not, but there are going to be some who are going to wonder if it's true because it's coming from one of her family members. The fact that there is a family connection makes this even more concerning. And in Oregon, they carved out special laws for victims when the offense is from a family member or done by a family member, right? So for me, I mean, I'm really frustrated. I don't want to talk about it. If Meghan's not going to sue him to stop him, I'm not going to be talking about this because I'm not going to waste my energy and time on this. This is very draining. It's very annoying. It's harassing even to me, right? And silence is just not the way to solve this particular issue. This man needs to be stopped on a more granular level, for lack of a better way of putting this, through the courts. This needs to go through the courts. And this law was drafted and written after Meghan left England. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was influenced by people like her brother and sister. I would not be surprised, right? And for me, the time has come for Meghan to just step up and take care of this through the courts. Through the courts. Test this law. Does this law apply to everybody or only to some people? Because it seems to me here that if what this man is doing is not harassment, nothing else is harassment. If this isn't harassment, nothing else is. And the time has come for Meghan to slap him down. And I do mean slap that mother like a dog in court. It's enough. I've had enough. I don't know about Meghan. I have had enough.